Here's a question nobody talks about. What if the thing draining your wealth isn't your rent, your student loans, or even your debt? What if the real trap is something you've been told is totally normal? Two people, same job, same paycheck, same city. 10 years later, one has $180,000 in savings and no stress. The other, living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where all the money went. The difference wasn't income. It wasn't luck. It wasn't even how hard they worked. It was something invisible. Something almost everyone falls into. And what happens next changes everything. Here's what most people believe. Once I start making more money, things will get easier. And honestly, that belief makes complete sense. More money in, more money left over. Simple math, right? But here's the problem. Study after study shows that when Americans get a raise, their spending goes up by almost the exact same amount. Not a little. Almost dollar for dollar. And this isn't just a low-income problem. People earning $200,000 a year are doing this too. Doctors, engineers, lawyers, all quietly broke on paper. So why does this keep happening? And more importantly, why can't most people see it happening to them? That's the trap. And it has a name. Meet Jake. Jake just got promoted. He's 27. New salary, $72,000 a year. He's worked hard for this. He deserves it. First thing he does? Upgrades his apartment. It's only $300 more a month. He can afford it now. Then he leases a new car. Because his old one was embarrassing. Just $420 a month. His friends are going on weekend trips now. He starts going too. His wardrobe gets better. His dinners get fancier. He grabs a few new subscriptions, fitness app, streaming services, meal kits. None of these feel like big decisions. Every single one of them feels reasonable. By the end of the year, Jake is earning more than he ever has and saving less than he did at $45,000. He doesn't feel rich. He doesn't feel poor. He just feels stuck. Sound familiar? Because Jake isn't fictional. Jake is the average American. And Jake just walked straight into the trap. So what's actually happening inside Jake's brain? Psychologists call it lifestyle inflation, but the mechanism behind it is even more interesting. When you earn more, your brain doesn't reset to gratitude. It resets to expectation. Suddenly, $72,000 feels like what you're supposed to earn. And everything you buy at that level feels like you're just keeping up. This is called hedonic adaptation. Your brain's ability to make extraordinary things feel ordinary incredibly fast. But there's a second force at work, a more dangerous one. It's called social comparison. Humans are wired to measure themselves against the people around them. When your coworker gets a BMW, your Honda starts to feel like a failure. When your friend posts vacation photos, your life starts to feel small. And here's the cruel part, we're not comparing to people below us. We always compare up. Instagram doesn't show you the debt behind the designer bag. LinkedIn doesn't show you the anxiety behind the title. So your brain is constantly trying to match a reality that doesn't exist. And your bank account pays the price. Here's the truth, nobody puts in a financial ad. The trap isn't spending money. The trap is spending future money on present status. Every time you upgrade your life to match your income, you're essentially signing a contract that says, I will never get ahead. I will just live at a higher level of the same stress. The wealthiest people you'll never know about? They let their income rise while keeping their lifestyle still. The gap between what they earn and what they spend, that's not just savings. That's fuel. That's freedom building quietly in the background. The people who look rich are almost always funding a performance. The people who are becoming rich are usually invisible. So how do you escape this trap? 1. Before any lifestyle upgrade, wait 30 days. Most impulse upgrades feel unnecessary by day 31. 2. Automate your savings before you see your paycheck. If the money never touches your hands, your brain can't spend it. 3. Every raise should be split, half to lifestyle, half to future. Give yourself the win, but don't let inflation eat the whole thing. 4. Track one number, your savings rate, not your income. Income is what you earn. Savings rate is what you keep. Only one of those builds wealth. 5. Audit your subscriptions, your car payment, your rent, every 6 months. Your biggest expenses are where lifestyle inflation hides best. None of these steps are hard. The hard part is doing them when everyone around you is doing the opposite. Here's the thing about this trap. It doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like progress. It feels like reward. It feels like you've finally made it. But 10 years from now, when your income is higher and your account is still the same, you'll realize the trap wasn't what you spent. It was why you spent it. Building wealth isn't about suffering. It's not about driving a terrible car forever. It's about being intentional, just slightly longer than your impulses last. Because the wealthiest decision you'll ever make rarely looks impressive today.